What's going on, guys? Today I'm coming back with another NFL video. Today I'm going to be grading every NFL team's offseason. With that, let's get started. Arizona Cardinals, I'm going to have to give them a C. They lost Hollywood Brown, which is giving Kyler Murray more reasons to get angry over in Arizona. But I think that they'll be fine because they'll be like one of the top premier players in the draft at the receiver position, whether it's Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr. They also did get some other key fill-in pieces for the defense and offense just to fill in, but they really should be improving during the draft period, and that's why I'm giving them a C. Falcons, I'm going to have to give them an A. They got Kirk Cousins, and that's all they needed to do to get my A. Because now you're having a pretty electric thing. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts paired up with the best quarterback that they've all have ever had should lead to a pretty promising thing. Ravens, I would have to give them a B-. They got rid of Patrick Queen and he went to a division rival, so that really hurts. But they did bring in Derrick Henry, which I did say could be a very good option in a previous video. Derrick Henry is kind of what they've been. They need that bruising running back that's consistent. That's what they didn't have. The Bills, I'm going to have to give also a B-. They lost Jordan Poyer, Trey White, Mitch Morse, Micah Hyde. The list goes on and on. But you get Mike Edwards for a safety, and then you get Curtis Samuel at wide receiver, which is pretty decent in my opinion. Panthers, D+. They traded away their best player, Brian Burns. Got rid of Frankie Lulu. Robert Hunt does come, but is on a massive, massive deal. They also get Deontay Johnson in the wide receiver department to try and help out with Bryce Young. Bears, I'm going to give them a P+ for moving on with Justin Fields. They know they're going to get Caleb Williams because they have that 1 overall pick. And then they can also get Kevin Byard, which they did to help out in that free safety role. Just be all over the defense and just help out. Put less pressure on the Caleb Williams, who will be their young quarterback. Bengals, I'm going to have to give a B-. They did have the franchise tag on T. Higgins, but he said he wants to get traded out of here. So that will definitely hurt not having that big wide receiver to go up and get it on some of those catches. And now they also did get Mike Gesicki for that tight end role, which I think will help a lot. But if T. Higgins gets traded, that is a massive part of the offense that they're losing. And now next up we have the Browns. I'm going to have to give them an A. They got rid of Anthony Walker, but they did re-sign Zadarius Smith. They traded for Jerry Jeudy, and now they're just going to say if Deshaun Watson can help us, they have a decent chance at making a long run in the playoffs, potentially competing for the Super Bowl with the Nick Chubb and that amazing defense that they have, and it all depends on what Deshaun Watson can do. Next up, I'm giving the Cowboys an F. They got rid of Tony Pollard, Tyron Smith, Stephon Gilmore. So I really don't see how that's good. Jerry Jones said he wanted to go all in this year. They also got to pass his prime Eric Hendricks, who is aging. Won't be there for too long. Broncos, I'm giving them a C+. They got Russell Wilson on a veterans minimum contract. They got rid of Jerry Jeudy. But they got Lil Jordan Humphrey back, and, he could be in there and making some good plays. Next up, we have the Lions. I'm going to have to give them an A-. They got rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, but they got Kevin Zakar back. Now, he's a very good guard who could help this running team go into a more power-heavy run up the middle with David Montgomery. And then, not David Montgomery, but Jahmyr Gibbs also now has this option to try and go up the middle more. You can pull with him. Just great options. Packers, A-. They got rid of Aaron Jones, but they replaced him with one of the best running backs in the league, Josh Jacobs. Then they go out and get former Giant free safety, Xavier McKinney. Just great offseason. Texans, I'm going to have to give them an A+. They got Danielle Hunter, who I said would be a very good to get him paired up with Will Anderson, and then they went out and got Joe Mixon. So all the pressure is not on CJ Stroud, but if it needs to be, he is more than capable to perform under that pressure, which is good. Colts, I'm going to have to give them a B-. They got Michael Pittman Jr. back, which that is very good to have that guy back in the building. I bet they're happy they got him back. And they got Joe Flacco. Now, if Anthony Richardson doesn't go the way he wants to, I think we might be able to see Joe Flacco getting in for a couple of snaps. Wouldn't be too shocked. Jaguars, C. They got Gabe Davis, but he's very inconsistent and is overrated. Got rid of Calvin Ridley and got Mac Jones. Mac Jones, I think, is really just there if Trevor Lawrence gets hurt. Chiefs, I'm going to have to give them a B+, because they got Chris Jones, which is a very good pickup, getting him back in the building on a long-term deal, largest for a D tackle. Hollywood Brown is back, but they lose Mike Edwards and L'Jarius Sneed, which really hurts them. Raiders, I'm going to have to give them a B. Christian Wilkins, they got rid of Josh Jacobs, so it's kind of in the middle trade-off. Chargers, D+. They got rid of Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, but they got Hayden Hurst, I guess. They have to draft a wide receiver in this up-and-coming draft class. The Rams, I'm going to have to give them a C+. Aaron Donald retired. Probably one of the greatest defensive players of all time. That's including guys of the name of Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, all of those guys. And to lose one of those guys who is still playing very good at a high level, that hurts. But they get Cameron Curl. They still have Matt Stafford. And they got Tre'Davious White from the Bills. Dolphins, C+. A B. Jordan Poyer, very good. Very good. I would know that from watching him as a Bill. Kendall Fuller, Shaq Barrett. But they also got rid of some of their other names of Xavier Howard, guys like that. So this kind of balances stuff out into there. Vikings, I'm going to have to give them a C. They lost Kirk Cousins to Anthony Barr. They replaced Kirk Cousins with Sam Darnold. It's not the same guy. No matter how you say it, it's just not the same guy. Saints, I'm going to have to give them a B. They got Chase Young, Willie Gay, and Jameson Williams went away. Giants, I'm going to have to give them a B-. Saquon Barkley, Xavier McKinney, and they got Brian Burns, but the losses of Saquon Barkley and Xavier McKinney hurt a lot. Jets, I'm going to have to give them an A. Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses, and Mike Williams. Offensive line help and deep threat help. Just a very good offseason for this team. And really just protect Aaron Rodgers is their main goal going into next year. And next up, we have the Eagles. I'm going to have to give them a B+. And they're really close to getting an A-. I'm in between on it. But when you look at it on this, they lose Jason Kelsey and Fletcher Cox. Two Eagles legends that have been there since probably 2012, 2013. Just amazing players. They bring in Saquon Barkley. That is going to help tremendously. Just tremendously, that will help this team. And that's mainly why I'm giving them the B, is because of him. And that's the main reason. Next up, we have Steelers. We'd have to give them a B+. They got Russell Wilson on a veteran minimum deal because the Broncos are paying him $38 million. And they traded for Justin Fields. And Justin Fields kind of seems like the same style of that prime Russell Wilson quarterback that we saw in Seattle. They also picked up Patrick Queen, just a pretty good offseason. 49ers, I'm going to have to give him a B. Leonard Floyd from Buffalo, who had 9.5 sacks. Joshua Dobbs. They lost Chase Young and Eric Armstead, so that really hurts them. Seahawks, C+. Bobby Wagner is someone they lost, a legend of that team. Leonard Williams is another guy that they signed. And then they also got Sam Howell, so not the worst, but certainly not the best. Buccaneers, B+. They got Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans back. Levante Davis and Anthony Winfield Jr. back. So they kept their key pieces and will be the front runners for the NFC South. Next up, we have the Titans. I'm going to have to give them a B. They got Calvin Ridley. I think they overpaid. They could have gone for a lower price. Don't have Derrick Henry anymore. One of the best to do it at running back would be Derrick Henry. L'Jarius Sneed they don't have. And Mike Vrabel they fired, which is the worst move I think has been made for this Tennessee Titans team. Commanders, B. They got Dan Quinn, Bobby Wagner, and Austin Eckler. They made up for that offseason. They're getting their pieces ready, and now is their time to go at it. And that's going to be this video. Make sure you comment down below, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.